So, brother, first I introduce myself. My name is Ikram Ali. I am from Karachi, Pakistan. By profession, I am a teacher, and now I have started a new hobby. It is a kind of YouTube channel. So I just converse with you guys, and then record that video, and then I upload that video on my YouTube channel. So that's all about me.
Okay, that's very nice. So now it's my turn. So let me introduce myself. So my name is Ajit. I'm from India, Maharashtra. And by profession, I'm working as a supervisor in product-based company in Oman. If I talk about my hobbies, I like cricket. So this is all about me.
Okay, that's great. So, brother, do you still play cricket in Oman? You used to play when you were in India?
No, nowadays I don't get a chance to play cricket. But when I was in the school, I used to
Mhm,
play cricket. But nowadays I'm just following the cricket nationally and internationally. So
mhm.
yeah.
So, whenever you get time, you just watch the matches, right?
No, I'm not watching the matches, but I'm just because I don't have more time, leisure time. So I'm
Mhm.
just checking the scoreboard and just watching the highlights sometime.
Okay, okay, that's great. So, brother, when you were just studying in school, as you said that you used to play cricket over there. So, what were you good at? Were you good at fielding? Were you good at bowling? Were you good at batting? Are you well all rounder?
Yeah, I feel that I consider myself as an all rounder. I like to play with the bat. I'm sometimes I be the wicket keeper. So I like to. I'm comfortable in all rounder.
Okay. So, brother, if we talk about the Indian team, whom do you like the most? Which is your favorite player?
In the Indian team, I like mostly youngster Rishabh Pant and Shreyas Iyer. Yeah,
Mhm.
and Rohit Sharma also very good. I like very much, but I give the priority for the youngster.
Okay. And what about the IPL? Which team do you support?
Yeah, I'm supporting Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royal. So
Mhm.
because in the Rajasthan, Sanju Samson is leading. I'm also like Sanju is my favorite player. He is also leading very well his team. So
Mhm.
that's why Rajasthan Royal and Delhi Capital is my favorite.
Okay. And what we talk about Pakistan? Which is your favorite player in Pakistan?
Earlier, I was I used to like the Afridi, Shahid Afridi, because he is a legendary like a batsman and bowler as well. And yeah, still he is a legendary. But now I like Nashim Shah, but he's not playing more in the matches because of his injury. Yeah.
Mhm. And if we talk about the international, about the whole world, which is your favorite player?
Yeah, my 360 AB de Villiers is my favorite player.
Yeah, he's very nice person, and he has a very seasoned player in African team.
Yes, yes. But
Mm.
all the times he got disappointed in the at his time of the career. You know, when he was in the internationally at that time in the presence of he could not win any matches for the the World Cup for the African team. But
Mhm.
overall basis he played very well. In the IPL also he was the part of the RCB, but in the presence he could not win any titles of the IPL. But yeah, still the RCB has not any won the any final. But yeah,
Mm. I think individually he does very well, but when there is a team, so I think his team doesn't do well. But
yes,
individually he's very fine. He's a very good cricketer. He's a very good player, and he has some Great shots. He plays always great shots.
Yeah, he has unique shots. Like no
Yeah.
one can play. Nowadays, Surya Kumar is being known as a 360 because he is also playing same the shots like
Mhm.
ABD.
But there is a long way to go for him.
Yeah, it will take long time because he has not much experience like the ABD.
And brother, tell me about the life in India as you have experienced the life in India and you are experienced the life in Oman. So, what is the major difference? What is the major shift between these two countries?
If you talk about the work nature and the here in Oman there is very good work nature. We are being we have a very normal work. We are not being considered as all rounder work. We are in
Mhm.
specialized in the same area, so where we can work. But in India, the work culture is different. Every time people are pressurizing by the workload, and there is no job security. But here in Middle East, there is a little bit job security, we can say. And
Mhm.
if you talk about the other environment, India is as compared to Middle East, India is better than the for the environment because here mostly area is occupied by the desert. So now you can see the temperature is very high in the summer season. So we have to bear this temperature. But in India, not like that. And the pollution here it is very less because of the less population in India. There is the India is more pollution.
I think the biggest cause of pollution is the population. And
Yes.
in Oman there is no such population. That's why population pollution is not that much as compared to India. And as you have said that there is not a harsh there is a harsh weather if we talk about if we compare the weather in India, because in India and Pakistan and Bangladesh the weather is moderate. It's not that much scorching beam of sunlight when you go outside the when you step out from your home. But in Ummat or in the Middle East, it is too difficult to walk in the daytime.
Yes. Yes.
But the nights in desert areas are always soothing. The nights are always cold.
Not like
These.
that all the times in this season wise. In the winter time, there is too cold, extreme cold in the
Mhm,
especially in the night time.
mhm. And what about the routine, brother? What do you do if you come back from your duty? What do you do? 16 hours. Because I think you have a 8 hours duty, right?
No, usually we have around 12 hours duty. We don't get much time, leisure time.
Mhm.
We are being accommodated nearby our workplace. Mostly our accommodation premises is inside our factory. So nearby the factory. So yeah, we don't have much entertainment because mostly we are involved in our work.
So is your company situated near any city or it is too far from the city?
So yeah, industrial area mostly it is away from the city. We are
Mhm.
living the industrial area.
But it is easy to get the everyday items from the nearby stores, right?
Yeah, yeah, we are getting all these things here nearby only. The
Mhm.
supermarket is there, so we are getting from there.
It is not that difficult to go to the city and to buy some things. Each and
Yeah, yeah.
everything is available, right?
Yes, yes, it's nearby only.
Okay. So which city is the nearest from your company, and how many kilometers away is that city from your company or from your workplace?
Yeah, usually we are going on the Friday because Friday we have a weekly off to the Ruvi, and it would be around 15 kilometers from our workplace.
Just 15 hours, right?
15 kilometers.
15
Yeah.
kilometers. Okay, okay, 15 kilometers. And what is the total number of employees in your company?
Uh, mm, we have around 110 employees. They are working in the production side, but in the office, so in the main office side, maybe around 20 to 25 people are working.
Mhm. And what about the major shift in these two countries, India and Oman? So about if we talk about the cleanliness, the rule and law, development, which one is better?
Yeah, obviously, the Oman is better than the India if you talk about the cleanliness and development. Because as we are talking about the population is less here, so it is easy to manage, easy to develop. As compared to India, India is overpopulated country, so that's why development is happening, but very gradually.
Mhm. It
Yes.
is taking a lot of time, right?
Yeah, it is taking a lot of time.
And there is also a shortage of resources as well, especially we talk about the Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh, because we don't have that much minerals, right? But
Yes, yes.
but Oman, Abu Dhabi, all Middle East countries are very rich in minerals. So that's why there is always a scarcity of these things in our countries, in our subcontinents. But they are very
Yes,
developed countries.
absolutely. And as you mentioned that you are a teacher, so may I know which subject are you teaching?
Yeah, brother, I'm a government employee and I'm a public servant. So I teach chemistry in high school.
Oh, that's very nice.
Mhm.
So how it is like the difference between private and government servant? Is it there a big difference
Yeah,
about the facility wise? I'm asking to you
by
about facility wise because mostly people in our country, the mostly people are looking for a job in government sector. So I just want to know about your country.
Hmm. Yeah, the same thing. It is in Pakistan as well because the government job is considered as the relaxing job, but the private jobs are very tough as compared to the government job. It is totally difficult to deal with the bosses. These are the upper management in the private, as you are also doing a private job, so you better know. So but if you got or if you are landed on a government job, it becomes very easy. You have just 2 to 3 hours to go to school and to teach the students, and I am taking only 3 classes in a day, and on Friday I have just one class. But if you go to the private schools, then you have to take 6 or 7 classes. There is a one or two classes free. But for me, six classes are free, right? There are total 8 classes in a day, and I take only 3 classes. 5 classes are always free, so that's why it is very relaxing. And if we talk about the salary as well, so there is also a large disparity between the salary wise as well, because I'm getting a good amount of salary, a decent amount of salary, and the one who is doing a private job, so he's not getting that much salary. And there is also a job security in government sectors, and there is a no job security in private sector, because there was 2 to 3 years before there was a COVID pandemic, right? So the private institutions has laid off their teachers. They have downsized the teachers, right? But in government sector, this is not the issue. So if you are landed on a government job, then there is a no that thing in your mind that one day you will be laid off, or one day your company or one day your government will downsize you. This is not the case in government sector. But if you talk about the private sector, so there is always that uh, sword on your head that one day you will be downsized, one day you will be laid off if your performance is not good. So if you are sick and you are not continuously attending the class in a very better manner, then you will get that hurdles as well.
Okay, yeah. So you covered almost like all the positive points from the government's like side.
Mhm.
So do you like notice any disadvantages in the government sector?
Yeah, there is also a disadvantage that there is a not that much check and balance in government sectors.
Sorry,
Check and balance.
check and balance. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate?
Now, check and balance is that if I'm doing a job, how much did I cover the subject? How much did I cover the chapters that I was awarded to deliver in the class? So that is the I think that is the disadvantage of this government sector, because when you are in the private sector, so there is always a target. You have to complete that target. Okay, and that private company always follows up that how much chapter did you cover, how many subjects have you covered, how much portion you have covered, right? But in government sector this is not the issue. but
So that
but
is the
but the,
advantages. You can say the advantages in the government sector.
Mhm. Yeah. So, but this is not a good for a person who is very strict and who is very punctual. So, if he goes to the school on every day and he is very punctual, and if he doesn't see any growth in his class or in his students, so that is very disappointment. That is very disappointing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely, you can say there is no growth, the knowledge-wise in the government sector because they have a fixed job, the fixed activity to do. But in the private
Mhm.
sector, they have to do the multiple activities, not only the single activity. So you can say there is more growth in the private sector. But yes, you covered many points. There is fear of being fired in the private sector. There is no security. Yeah, it's true. Same here. Same in the our country in India as well. And
Mhm.
mostly people are like once they get into the government sector, they are not paying attention. Actually, I'm not talking about the everybody. Few government servant are very punctual. They are working very like have a responsibility to look after their like if they are professionally a teacher, they are only looking for the like very good teaching skill. But
Mhm.
many government teacher also not paying attention on their like their duty once they are get into this like government sector. Have you
Mhm.
noticed ever?
Yeah, I have noticed, and I totally agree with you on that point. Because what do the people perceive in their mind? Once they are landed on a government job, they say that that is a comfort zone, right? If they consider it as a comfort zone, there is no such growth of their own, of the students with whom they are interacting, or with whom they are studying or the teaching, right? But if they will say that this is a discomfort zone and I have to do better things in my life, then there is a growth, then there is a possibility of growth. But actually, the thing is that once they are landed, once they got the government job, they said that this is my comfort zone and I will be dealing with all these things in such a way that I'm good. So that's why that is the biggest disadvantage of the government job. Otherwise,
Yes.
private jobs are very good and they are also paying very well. There are many institutions in Pakistan which are offering way better salary than the government job. But they are also demanding a lot of fees from the students because they will not pay the teachers without getting the fees from the students, right? So they
Yep.
get the fees from the students and then they pay to the teachers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, nowadays education is become the business, you can say, because they are asking for the more tuition fees in our country as well. Is the situation same?
Actually, the private institutions, these are all doing business, except the government
Yeah.
institutions. Because the government institutions are not getting any penny for the fees, so they are providing the free books in Pakistan, and they are providing free education. So, but on the contrary, the private sides, the students who are enrolled in the private institutions, they are getting a very heavy fees. So it is also a kind of business. They,
Yes.
they are flourishing the business.
And
and
what about the,
Mhm. And day by day, the number of chain of the institutions are so in 2005, the number of schools were 10, and in 2020, the number of schools are 20. So it is all because of the business.
yes.
Mm.
And what about the other sector? We were talking about the only like teaching sector. What about like the IT sector and industry? Oh, how it is like it is growing?
It is growing, but the pace is just like a sluggish. It is not that much pace as compared to the Indian, because India has become the IT hub, right? There are many scientists which are going all the way from India to the Google office. But in Pakistan, this is not, it's happening, it is happening. And our students are going to the, also working in the Google, Microsoft. But the numbers of the students as compared to Indian are very low, because the one thing is population is also very high, and it is the largest populated country in the world, so we can't compare to the India with Pakistan. But uh, as we have got the independence on the same date, so in this way we can compare the India and Pakistan. Otherwise, we can't compare the India with Pakistan, because India is very good at economy. India is very good at the resources.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm. So, Ajit, we have to wrap up our session because it has been 20 minutes. So, I think we have to wind up our session.
So okay.
Mm. So, Ajit, thank you so much for giving me your precious time. Thank you so much from the
Yeah,
bottom of
I have enjoyed. Actually, I am very glad to be here on your channel, and yeah, I like to connect with you again and again because you are very nice person. We have discussed on the so many topics. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, dear.
Okay, bye.